school with at one point. So I was like, dude, I gotta take a break. These kids about to drive me crazy. Y'all about to take me lose my mind, right? Not completely lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I would lock myself in the bathroom and say, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, I have trouble. And do a little bit of training, answer some questions, create a quick yourself. Okay? Here's one that really got me. There's a guy that I'm helping, and he shared with me how things that he does. So he gets up in the morning, and he is getting his kids ready for us. It was through the summer, so he's getting them ready for summer camp. Whatever it is, he's doing a piece of 5 seconds, 7 seconds, something, right? He drops them off to go to work on his lunch break. He gets an hour lunch break. He'll spend 30 to 45.
Man, just for all the haters out there. I barely graduated, but
I think because I'm logged in on my phone. Let me see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Turn my phone off and let me restart this. Hold on. Good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. Come on in the room, you guys. I really want to get back into bed. I really want to go back to sleep. I felt like I had a good night's sleep, but then I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Good morning. Y'all coming in the room. I was trying to get on the Tiki-Taki live and catch up with one of the members of my community this morning. Or to hang out on her live for a little while, but let's see if it's okay. I think it was just the okay. I think it was just because I was logged in on the account that I also have on my computer. I was logged in on it from my phone, so I think that's what happened. TikTok kept saying the page wasn't available, and I'm like, clearly the page is available because I'm on it on my phone. And I was like, oh well, duh. So, you guys come in the room. Come in the room. Do me a favor. Finger tapping the screen as you come in the room. All right, let's see if we can catch up with my girl over here. I don't know. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing, Tiki to the Taki? I just need to restart my computer. Let me just restart my computer. Oh, because that could be it too. I had it on all night. I actually need to get another laptop because but the reason I need to get another laptop is because I use like this laptop probably runs about 20 hours of every day because I do everything from my laptop. So I watch whatever I'm going to watch because I don't have a TV, so I usually watch decorating shows or church or something like that from my laptop. And then I use it for, other stuff as well. So I think I need a new. I think I need a new laptop. I want to have two, and this one doesn't have the touch screen, so I want a touch screen one. Just a few things, you know. I don't like. I don't like. What do you call those things? I don't like that. iPhone, Apple MacBooks. I don't like the MacBooks. I actually bought three. I had three, and I ended up giving all three of them away. Pretty much brand spanking new, because I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into them, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna give this away.
Your 50s are the decade of reinvention. Everybody that I know that's in their 50s is doing something cool right now. And if you are listening and you have parents in their 50s, please send this to them. Please remind your parents that they are super cool and there's so many cool things that they could be doing, because everybody that I know in their 50s right now is thinking about this. Like, they're either thinking about it from the standpoint of what do I want to do next, or they're thinking about it from the standpoint of,
Mel Robbins.
I've taken
While
care
I'm
of the
waiting
kids
for
and
my
everybody
laptop
else.
to restart, I don't
What
know
do I
why
want
it's
to do?
taking so
What's the
long.
contribution I want to make? In fact, my husband, I'm so proud of him, Christopher Robbins. For the last 5 years, when he was in his 50s, he started a men's retreat called Soul Degree. He only does 3 of them a year. He has also gotten a certificate to be a death doula. He also is working on his first book. I'm so excited about this book. I can't tell you about it. I'm going to have to let him tell you about it when he's finished writing. But he writes every day for an hour. Your 50s are the decade of reinvention. Everybody that I know that's in their 50s is doing something cool right now. And if you are listening and you have parents in their 50s, please send this to them. Please remind your parents that they are super cool and there's so many cool things that they could be doing.
My laptop
Because
is taking forever to start up, so I'm just gonna see if we can go live with stuff from my phone. What I've been doing is this is me, by the way, you guys. Team Pay Daily right there. If you know you're somebody who's interested in making an income from your phone, then go ahead and hit the screen. I'm gonna actually just play a couple of my videos. This is gonna be a little bit controversial, but hear me out. Did you know that you do not have to have a college degree to make 6 figures? Because there's this whole stereotype that people think that they have to have this college degree or they have to have some big fancy job to make 6 figures. I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. So if you don't know, my name is Kara. I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a world traveler. I actually created a highly successful business offline with 0 degrees, none. Moved into this digital marketing space, and I'm seeing so many people think, well, I don't have what it takes. I don't have a degree. I don't have a following. I don't know what to do. I can't possibly do it. You're special. You're different. No, I'm not. You can do this if you are willing to put in 2 hours a day. If you have a cell phone and Wi-Fi and you're coachable, and I get this step-by-step proven process that I'm following and 50,000 plus other people are following. My mentor just had an 11K day yesterday. My goal is to help 10 people earn 5K this month. If that's you, put ready in the comments. This is going to be a little bit controversial, but hear me out. All right, that's the video. This is an example of, actually this was supposed to be, hold on, let me pause this. I'm probably going to re-upload this video this morning because I did this in the middle of the night. This is supposed to be an example of a 7-second video, but I don't know what I was doing. I probably was falling asleep. And I let it go instead of cropping it a little, so it's actually like 10 seconds, but 7 seconds is the sweet spot. But I'll tell y'all what it says so you can see how easy this is. And I got this directly from my mentor, right? My number one tip it says my number one tip, tree land, because I told you I was falling asleep. My number one tip for content creation, don't overcomplicate it. Literally anything you film is content for someone. And then it says, so use this sound in a video you already have in your phone, in your camera roll, and add some text over the top. Did this make your FYP? Okay, so that was the text on screen. And then let me show you my caption. Here's the caption. Come on. So let me first show you how to caption. This is what you do with these little words. Where are they? Right here. This is what you would use on the screen for SEO. So this says content creation tips, TikTok viral, content creator, and then monetize TikTok. So I'll need to go fix this later because, like I said, it was late. But TikTok cares more about you consistently showing up than the content you're putting out. It's ridiculously simple to make money on TikTok. If you want to know how I'm learning to make 6 figures and teaching others by making videos like this, just ask me how. And then so I got a few hashtags. And here's what's funny. Yesterday, I made a video and I was just copying and pasting.
Make your computer easier.
These old hashtags that I had used before on a video that was kind of popular. And when I went to post it, I think it had like 8 hashtags, which is excessive. 8 is overload. But for the first time, TikTok actually said you could only use 5 hashtags. So we deleted 3 of your hashtags. Yeah, so that was different. But I mean, I was cool with it because I'm like, I know that it was too many hashtags. So it wasn't like, but I would have liked TikTok to ask me which hashtags do you want to delete, or say you need to delete, 3 hashtags. And then I did to delete the ones I want to delete. Not just delete the ones that TikTok said they decided on their own with the tots. Y'all know what I'm talking about, to delete. Okay, so now we're going to see if we're back over here on my laptop. So my computer finally restarted. See if I can. This is also why I need a new keyboard, you guys, because my see right here, I have the on-screen keyboard, because a couple of the letters are broken on my laptop. The S is broken, so what is it? Stuff. Her name is Stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Stuff. Okay, Stuff. Let's see if she is still live, and we will hang out with her for a little while, but I don't know if she is. Let's see. She is live, so we're going to go hang out with Stuff for a little bit, not too long, because TikTok does not like when you have the phone aimed away from the screen for too long. So let's just go hang out with her for a little bit. And she's talking about the Legacy Builders program. This is my Team Pay Daily account.
Here's the deal. Is that even with my job gone, I had no job, was living on credit cards, I was still blowing through that easily. Easily. Going out to dinner, getting fast food, Starbucks, Dunkin', getting Krispy Kremes, renting movies, going to the movies. Easily blowing through $60 a month. Easily. So all you're doing is you're going to take something that's giving you nothing, because that Starbucks ain't doing anything for you. Those Krispy Kremes, ooh, they taste good, but they are not doing anything for you and your family. You're going to take the nonsensical blowing of the money, and you're going to put it into something that will change your entire family. See, what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I'm going to be the one to break
Good morning, Native.
Because all it takes is one.
Welcome
it takes
in.
one person to break that cycle.
Welcome in, Human.
See, I said it's going to be one. I was sick of this family lineage, this family line of us always being broke and dying in debt. Let's go. You can be the one. So I sent that email back to all 4 of them, and I said, there's payment plans as low as 20-something. No more than like $58 a month, depending on you and what plan you get on. And each one of them went, oh my gosh. Didn't it? I said, yeah, it's at the bottom. When you click on the LINKs, it's going to be at the bottom, and it's going to break it down for you. And I give you several options. So see, I'm giving you 3 options, and I give you the plans to meet you where you're at and to get you where you're going. But you will never know if it's going to work for you until you take a little step outside your comfort zone and you get the information. Let me tell
Good
you how it
morning,
works.
Coach
Okay?
Judy.
You go right up here.
We're hanging out
the
with
daily
my
paper,
friend Steph today,
right?
listening
You
to
put your
the
name and email in.
Legacy
Listen, I have people do a
Builders
keyboard smash,
program
basically, on their
information.
name. That name is not as important as the email. Okay? A video is going to pop up. You can choose to watch the video or not. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, that video is long. And a lot of people, pretty much everyone I've talked to when I've asked about the video, they're like, yeah, I watched part of it, but I didn't finish it because it was long. It is. It's long. So you can choose to watch it or not. It's got great information. It's just long.
Oh,
Okay?
you know
The
what,
important thing is the
Judy?
email.
Yeah,
Inside
you
the email
gotta,
is a gift,
you
a
gotta
gift, a PDF,
definitely
and another video.
strategically
You can choose
switch
to open up
back
that
and
gift, which,
forth
why not? It's a
from
breakdown of
showing.
everything that I do,
Let me
and it
pause
shows
her
you
a
exactly how you
second.
can do it. And then another
You
video.
gotta
Yes, it's long.
not pause
But
her.
nonetheless,
Mute
it's got
her. You better mute it. You
another video.
gotta
Yes, it's long.
not pause
But
her. Mute
nonetheless,
her.
it's got
You better mute it. Yeah, you basically switch back and forth from showing them and also showing your face. So I just kind of flip the camera back and forth. Or the other thing I'll do, let me show you, is I'll flip the screen around, right? And then I will flip the camera back and forth. Or the other thing I'll do, let me show you, is I'll flip the screen around, right? And then I will just do it directly facing the screen. But I'll flip back and forth, and then I'll get on and I'll talk for a little bit so that they don't, yeah, because they got me on my other page, my Team Pay Daily. They like restricted my video for what is it, unoriginal content or something like that, and then I appealed it. And then one time, because I was doing the flipping back and forth thing, they said, okay, your appeal was approved. And then another time it said your appeal was not approved. So then when I did that, I just clicked off, and then I came back on and just went live without showing the screen. But yeah, I definitely got to be careful doing this the way I'm doing it. So hang on, y'all. Let me turn her back on. We're talking about the Legacy Builders program this morning.
Unless you get on a payment plan. But once the payment plan is done, you have no monthly fees after that. None. No upselling. Oh, you want to learn YouTube? It's going to cost you another $1,000. Oh, you want to learn FB? Oh, it's going to cost you $300. And with me, you want to do a Zoom meeting? You need help with this? Hey, can you take a look at my content? Hey, can you help me create content? I don't charge anything extra. There's no upselling here. So you're out nothing. Get the information. Look, you go, smash the follow button, you go to Daily PayPath, you get the information, look over the email, maybe watch the video, click on all 3 of those, and you're like, nah, I don't think any of these are right for me. Cool. Unsubscribe.
All right. Good morning, y'all. Come on in the
You
room.
won't hear from me again. You might see me a little bit on social media, but you won't hear
Take
from me
your
again.
finger, tap on the
If you have
screen,
questions,
send this
you
live
reply
out
back
to
the
more
email. Go
people.
like content, hop on the line, ask the questions. I'm here to answer.
And where's
I'm
my
here to help
glasses?
You
I have my
never
little
left
phone.
unread or ghosted here. Because I
Today.
know how that feels to be left unread and ghosted. Here, there's none of that nonsense. Here, you're going to have the help. You're going to have
Gotta
me
get my
helping you
glasses
create the
on.
content. I'm not going to hold your hand, but it's going to be pretty dang close. Okay?
Oh, thank you,
can't do the
Judy.
work for you, but
Dynamic.
I
I
can-
love that. Thank
I can
you.
give
Thank
the
you.
But you still have to pick up the tools with you.
I appreciate
But you're not doing
that.
it by yourself. Everything I give you gives you 2 communities.
Hey,
that's there to help you. Those 2
Inunami
communities are going to pour into you.
Native. Welcome in, everyone.
Okay? Do you guys have questions? Let's go. Let's go.
We're listening to my
What's
friend
the holdup? Like,
Steph
if
this morning.
I've been on here for almost an hour If you have not at least smashed the follow button and gotten the information, why?
I'm going to send her
Let's
some
go.
roses. Let's flip
Why?
the screen around so we can send her
If
some
you've gotten
roses
this
this
information
morning.
before from me or from somebody else, why haven't you started?
And
Because
these are coming
anyone
from
at
my
any
other
time can take
account, my
control.
Team Pay Daily.
Anyone at any time can earn online and get your life back. Will it happen
So we
overnight?
sent her
No.
rose. Let's send her another rose.
Because this isn't a get rich quick thing. This is a learn the new skills
Where is it?
and
Did it not
grow
show
a
up? Oh,
business. Thank you for the the rose is so pretty. That's what this is.
there we go.
It's teaching you new skills, not just this one thing, right? When I went back to school for my certification, I learned that one thing and that one thing only, and that's all I could do. I went into debt to do that, okay? Because I thought it would better me and my family. I've never used that certification. It sits in a filing cabinet in a folder, a dinosaur folder. It's never seen the light of day. This doesn't do that. This teaches you all these skills that open up all of these doors. And before you know it, I mean, I know people that have 20 streams of income now. Because they've learned how to get brand deals, sponsorships, how to do UGC, how to create their own product. They have their own community. They do their own coaching. They do so many affiliates for people because of what they learn in this one place, because of what they learn. So while you're learning how to get brand deals, sponsorships, all that stuff, you can resell this and earn. So now you're learning and earning. And oh, I love that.
Learning and earning at the same dang
love
time.
that concept. Because while I'm learning how to create content for my books, because that's what I wanted. See, I have my own product. I just didn't market it. I could sell it to save my life. I had my daughter.
So I'll take your finger tap on the screen.
And guys, I'm sharing this with you because I have so many people saying, why do you resell this? You should just create your own product. And I hear people say all the time, open up Canva, create a little book, and sell it for $10, and you'll be making thousands. Okay, it doesn't happen that quickly, and it's not that easy. Because I know plenty of people that do that, and they haven't made a dime because they don't know how to market it. This is going to give you the skills to market anything online. Okay, so I took all of this and I applied it to this book. Now, this book was published 6 years ago. For 5 years, I would sell 2, maybe 3 books a year. Y'all with me? Okay, I have a product. I've got a TikTok page. I've got hundreds and hundreds of ads going all the time, and I'm spending thousands. And I'm selling 2, maybe 3 books a year. Because I didn't know how to market it. Because I didn't know how to use social media to get my voice out there, to share it. But when I plugged in here and I started learning, and I took the skills I'm learning over here and I applied it to my books, that's when things changed.
Yes.
Because I learned the skills. So now I earn over here and I do UGC and I do, looking at getting brand deals and stuff like that. And I do coaching. I do several different types of coaching. And I earn from my books. And I mean, it's wild. Because I got my butt off that fence. I stepped outside my comfort zone. And I did something I did not think I was capable of doing. Because I wanted to earn online. So I could be home, be present, and provide for my family. And that is exactly what we have done. Was I scared? Yes. Was it messy? Oh, yes, it's still messy. But I have fun. I don't dread the mornings. So yesterday I went out with my daughter. 3-4 hours. Today I'm going out with my daughter all day. My car is in the shop. No stress. It's all fun. Right? Last week I was sick for an entire week. Slept most of the week away. I'm still trying to get fully over it. And I still earn. And I still earn. While I was sleeping, I was earning. While I was sleeping, I was growing. While I was sleeping. If I had been at one of my other jobs, I either would have lost my job for being sick for an entire week, or I would have no paycheck. And then there would be stress. My car is in the shop. Oh my God, how are we going to do this? And what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I have no idea. Let's go. I'm telling you right now how you can earn online and get your life back. So what's stopping you? Good morning, Jill. How are you? So what's stopping you? Is it I'm afraid to put myself out there? Me too. I'm afraid of failure. You only fail if you don't try. You only fail if you quit. My attitude going into this a year ago was, I remember looking at my husband and saying, man, I don't know if I could do this. What if I fail? And he said, yeah, but what if you succeed?
Exactly.
All right, dude. And then it just hit me, right? Worst case scenario, I don't resell a dang thing, but I learned skills that I can apply to my books and to anything else that I make. I'm going to learn the skills, just like I would going to school. I can't resell that school, but I'm going to go there and I'm going to learn the skills, right? Same thing here. So worst case scenario, I don't make a dime from this. I don't resell the program at all. I don't resell it. I just learn the skills to resell my own product, right? That's worst case. Best case scenario, I resell this, I help other people, I learn the skills, and it opens up doors that I never even thought of. So the way I looked at it, there was no failure in this. Y'all, I lost my job at 19 years, was 40K, almost 40K in credit card debt. Had my card declined getting groceries, had to use a totally different card because we had maxed out a card. Couldn't get my daughter shorts for summer last year. And yet, a year later, we're now going on our third, I don't know if you call it a vacation, but yeah, our third getaway. Like, let's go. All I did was step out of my comfort zone and do something I didn't even think I could do. But I learned the skills. I plugged in and I learned the skills. And then I took those skills and I applied them. Right? Because knowledge isn't power. It's applied knowledge.
Applied knowledge is power. Exactly.
You want to learn how you can earn online to get your life back. You want to learn how all these people over here are talking about, I make thousands. Look at me. Look at how much I'm making. You want to know how they're doing it. I'm telling you. All these people over here making thousands online, they literally do the same thing I do. Create a couple pieces of content, go live and answer questions. And if you're sitting there going, yeah, right. TikTok Shop does the same thing. You got to create content, you got to go live, and you got to answer questions.
Yep.
TikTok Shop just takes longer, and you earn a smaller percentage.
Right.
But they do the same amount of work I do. If you want to be in Creator Rewards program, guess what? You've now got to build 10,000 followers. How do you do that? You create content, you go live, and you answer questions.
Right, it's
all
the exact
these people
same
that are
thing.
making money online, all these people doing UGC, getting brand deals, getting sponsorships, doing all of that, they do the same thing I do. What I am telling you, you create content, you go live, you answer questions. Now, I know plenty of people that never go live, or they've gone live once or twice, but it's not for them. Cool, don't go live. Going live,
you don't have to go live. You can do
necessity.
Faceless marketing.
Creating content and answer questions. Those are necessities. Those are non-negotiable. How you create your content, when you post the content, where you post the content, that is up to you. But I teach you how to create the content, how to go live if you want to, how to answer the questions. You get live interactive training. All the 3 things that I give you, there's live interactive training. There's pre-recorded training. You miss a live like I did all last week, it's recorded. You can go and catch up so you're never missing out on anything. Let's go. We have 5 minutes. What questions do you guys have?
All right, you guys, do you have any questions? I'm going to flip the screen around.
I was doing a training yesterday, and I got on the training, and there was 2 people on there, and the first lady said, girl, you have so much energy. How do you do this? And I said, girl, I don't have energy. I'm exhausted. And she said, but your content looks fun. And I said, that's because when I'm on the camera, I am having fun. But I tell you what, guys, when this live is over, I literally get from to, oh, God. I'm telling you, this is the most fun I've had. This is the most fantastic. I'm very introverted. That's because I'm excited.
I'm not
excited. I love
introverted
to
though.
help people.
Good
Like
morning,
yesterday, I got off
Abigail.
of that
Good
call
morning,
and I
One
was like
Face
walking up
27.
talking.
Welcome in, welcome in.
It's because I was helping somebody. It's because I saw it click.
We're talking about how to learn and earn from your phone with my friend Steph this morning.
Because one lady has her own product and she's spending thousands, not even on ads, but on printed things like flyers and postcards that she's mailing to people. And I'm like, maybe if you sent me that, I'd throw it away. I wouldn't even look at it. That's just junk. Don't waste it. You have social media right in front of you. That
exactly.
is free. Now learn to use it. So we sat on the phone on the Zoom call for almost an hour.
Good morning, Adam.
And I was breaking things down for her. And it clicked. And it clicked. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier. And I've already seen her posts. Her posts are already amazing. From 3 days ago to today, they're already like, oh girl, look at you. See, I love helping people. I've been helping people for over 20 years. Let me help you. You want to learn how you can earn online so you can be home, be present, and provide. So you can get your life back. So you don't have to send your kids to school with an old used backpack. So you can get them the new shoes, the new shirt, the new jeans that they want. So that come the holidays, because you know once school starts, you're going to blink and it's going to be Christmas.
Yep.
So come the holidays, you're not stressed, and I've got to put it on a credit card. Then come January, you're going to be stressed because the credit card bill is due. And holy crap, we keep repeating this cycle.
I'm going to flip the camera around so the TikTok gods don't get mad at me for having the camera aimed at the screen for too long. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, if you don't know me, my name is Kara. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a mom of 6. I'm a world traveler. And I am here to set people free. Let me Jeff for a minute. And yeah, let me, as you come in, take your finger, tap on the screen. Let me know where you're coming in from. Christy, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you're coming in from, you guys. Take your finger, tap on the screen. That will send this live out to more people. We are not going to be on here too much longer. I just wanted to, I've been doing this, hanging out and supporting people in the community. Let me see. So, right there, let me give you all a few things. If you're not following me, follow me. I will follow you back as long as you're a real account. Also, take your finger, tap on the screen right where my forehead is. That helps send this live out to more people. That helps me and it helps you because it lets TikTok know that you're here and that you're engaging and you're doing all the things that TikTok would like you to do. The other thing, if you have not done your daily Heart Me, you guys, I cannot express to you how important it is to do your daily Heart Me. I used to think it was just a way for, I really didn't know what it was at first. And then I thought it was just a way for live hosts, to give them some extra support or whatever, which I love doing that. I like helping support people and their efforts and stuff like that. Let me move this phone. And so I thought that's what the Daily Heart Me was. But no, turns out it helps the creator, so it will help me, but it also helps you because it's letting TikTok know that you're here, that you're engaged, that you do, all of the things that they want you to do. And it's so important that I have been on these other creators. Let me take my glasses off. I only need these glasses to read. So I've been on these other live creators when they're live on their live streams, right? And come to find out that Daily Heart Me is like, if you're not checking in with TikTok, they are they don't want you just sitting on lives and not engaging. The live stream is there to be interactive. So when you're not participating, whether it's just tapping on the screen, whether it's putting a comment or anything like that, TikTok is actually looking at you like you are one of those BOTSs. And I had no idea that was what was going on. So let me grab my water because I'm super duper thirsty. I woke up not too long ago, and I have this thing that I do from 5 a.m. club, which is the first thing I'm supposed to do is super hydrate. So hold on. Where is my water? There it is. All right. Got my water. The other thing is, they don't like you to eat or drink on camera, so let me... okay, that's good. Let me give y'all some shout outs. What are you doing? Where are you? I'm up here in the mountains of Virginia. And let me back up. If you don't know me, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you happen to be in the world. I know my friend Adam was here, and he is in Qatar. I'm not sure where everybody else is, but let me know where you are. I'm up here in the mountains of Virginia. If you don't know, my name is Kara. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm a mom of 6. I'm a world traveler. And I'm here to set people free. Free from the stress and the strife of the daily grind and the 9 to 5. And just like, so many people are just sick and tired of being sick and dang tired. Oh my gosh. And if you happen to be in the U.S. and you are seeing all the things that are going on right now and you're not a fan, now if you're a fan, you probably are pumped up every day to see, who gets deported, who gets into Alligator Alley, what little kid gets, you might be excited about that, right? Because maybe that's your thing. I don't know. But if you're not a fan, it's exhausting. Okay, and typically, what I've seen in this wonderful country, I love the U.S., I was born here, raised here, all of the things, even though I'm a world traveler, been traveling since I was 2 years old. My dad was in the Air Force. My sister was in the Army. My brother was in the Army. My uncle was in the Army. My brother-in-law, Marines. My niece, Air Force. So I come from a long military family history of law enforcement. My guy was in the Navy. And then my brother-in-law and also my guy transferred from the service to doing law enforcement and things like that. And honestly, some of the stuff that's going on in this country is kind of heartbreaking, and it's also disgusting on a level. But if you love it, you love it. And so here, I'm not here to tell you what to love or what to hate. I'm here to tell you that whether you like the changes or you don't like the changes, you don't control the federal government. Now, you have options of things you can do. You can peacefully protest. You can make your voice known. You can vote the next time you get a chance to vote for the things that you would rather see, okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, I know people are talking about like this whole D.C. lockdown. If you've never been to Washington, D.C., of course, it's a big city. Most big cities in the world, in the U.S., so we've got, if you're not from the U.S., they've broken this map up into red states and blue states, right? And kind of purple. Purple is like when sometimes they vote Democrat, sometimes they vote Republican, and it's kind of like you really don't know which way those states will go all the time. But yeah, so we have, unfortunately, red states and blue states, and that's how another way that, politics, right, is designed to separate people. So instead of us just being like, listen, we're all Americans, surely we can work this out. Surely we can figure out where we have more common ground than this out. Surely we can figure out where we have more common ground than we're disagreeing. But there's a thing, and it's called the others, right? So here's how you make this real simple. You take someone, let's say, I'm an independent personally, so I will vote for the Republican candidate or the Democratic candidate, whoever I think is going to do the best job for all the people, or as many people as possible. That's who I'm going to vote for. Okay, so we have this thing called the other. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand why you need to learn how to earn money from your phone, create your own economy. I want you to understand why you need to learn how to earn money from your phone, create your own economy. So you're because these none of them truly have now there are people more, but most, okay, so in Washington D.C. I raised my kid in the Air Force. I've been trying to start at 5. Yes, my dad set up my first shoe shine. We were in Africa at the time, Air Force Base. So to see people all over the world, all walks of life, all races, socio. It's just the people that have a whole lot of money and the people that have no money. Races, socio. It's just the people that have a whole lot of money and the people that have no money. I've been able to see that like my whole life. And if you've been in a major city in the United States of America, millions of people, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. I don't know what it is in other countries, but I know in the U.S., there is very few cities that don't have crime. Now, if you're from somewhere where you don't really have states, then it may be countries. Like each one of your countries would be represented by the country. But here in the U.S., the whole map of the United States, we've got these 50 states, right? Plus, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and then we've got all these other I can't think of the word right now, but like American Samoa. I can't think of the word right now, but like American Samoa, Guam. I don't know. The name of that escapes me right now, but they're like territories. Okay, they're like territories that come under the protection of the United States. Okay, so that would be like Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay, I don't know why I'm going on that part of the tangent, because here is all I'm trying to tell you. If you've ever been to D.C., I raised my kids in Northern Virginia, Loudoun County, Virginia, right? So I was born, then we traveled all over the place. My dad retired. We moved to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because, and that's the thing that happened, like it was called and that's the thing that happened, like it was called the great migration, like the second black migration, right? Because, hey, good morning, Detrano, welcome in. Because African migration, like the second black migration, right? Because, hey, good morning, Detrano, welcome in. Because African Americans had to flee from the South, so that you could get a job, so that you would be able to buy a home, that your kids could have a chance at a decent education. So those are things that actually happened in America. Now, here's what's also happening in America. They are trying to act like none of that stuff ever happened. And it's crazy. It's at the same time, it's like really sad, because this is a part of history, right? Like these are things that happen. So I think that adage, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it, is right now. If people forget all the sacrifices that were made by everybody, black, white, Latino, Asian, by people, then you're going to think, well, none of that matters. And it does matter. And here's why it matters to you, to get your own economy going, right? Basically, that's what you're doing. Because the government, whoever's in office, doesn't give two good tootie hooties about your booty. They don't freaking... They don't care. I'm just trying to tell you, which is why, like I said in the beginning when I was talking about this whole thing, as I'm an independent voter, right? I'm going to vote for the person that I feel is going to do the best job for this country. Now, look, hang on one second, because that other live I forgot to turn off. I forgot to turn it off. Hang on a second. Let me go and where's my glasses? Lordy, lordy. Crazy. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. I had to turn off the live because it was still playing through the speaker. I had the speaker thing on. All right, so anyway, I'm not here to be on a political rant, but I am here to tell you some things that are true. Okay, these things are true. You can believe them or not believe them. Again, there are people that love everything that's going on. They're like, yes, let's get rid of everybody that doesn't look like us, and also let's blame it on anybody who doesn't look like us. So you have the white people blaming the Hispanic people, and the black people blaming the white people, and the Hispanic people blaming all the other people, and the Asian people. So it's a thing. It's called they're not like us. They not like us, right? So we don't want them. We don't, lock them up. And I did a little rant the other day, and I was like, see, the problem and the danger with this is when you don't care what happens to other people. And this is also why I love my Legacy Builders community, because we're all ethnicities and all that stuff, and we genuinely care about other people. Now, there are some people in here that I know are clearly like opposed to this about other people. Now, there are some people in here that I know are clearly like opposed to this administration. There's some people that I know that are clearly like opposed to this administration. There's some people that I know that love this administration. Oh my God. Just look at Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. What I had to do was I had the laptop on earlier because I was listening. I had the laptop on earlier because I was listening. I was hanging out with my friend Steph, listening to her live, and good morning, One Face Two. So anyway, I was hanging out because then we had ourselves. Right? I don't have to look at my own crap if I blame it on everyone. I don't have to look at my own crap if I blame it on everyone else. So I get in there, said, here's blocking anybody that looks like that. They're legally illegal. They're a natural born American citizen. Just like every other country, right? When you have a country like the United States, natural born American citizen, just like every other country, right? When you have a country like the United States, with the whole of the United States was that people could hear from anyone else. That was the whole reason. That was the whole reason back in the was they were going to do the Shakers, all these people, y'all the history up before, because they're trying to erase from museums from every. They're trying to erase museums from every. They're trying to erase the truth of American history. We've done some amazing things. We've done some bad things. It's not a secret. We want to pretend not that in County, Virginia, which is in Fairfax pretty much regularly. Area politicians live and a lot of tech people. It's a country, horse races with the foxes and all that. All of that. Okay. So Washington D.C. We used to say we're going to go downtown. When people say I'm going downtown, they meant they were going to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. All right, so true, there's crime in every single major city in the United States. Depending on the city, there's more crime, but there's city in the United States. Okay. So talk about the red states, blue states. Talk about the red states, blue states. What they've decided is because most of the states are Democratic, that they're going to make an example and they're going to start there doing that. People are in a van, not by yourself, not say anything because you're the biggest danger. But you could be walking down the street minding your business. These KKs, and if you're not in the U.S., that means we could call them like Nazis, right? Those people could just drive around in an unmarked van. They could put on an outfit, which you can buy anywhere. That you can buy it on Amazon that looks like so-called ICE and FBI and whoever, and you could just get a van, you and your R-word buddies, ICE and FBI and whoever, and you could just get a van, you and your R-word buddies, and just start rounding people up and throwing them in there. And you could just get a van, you and your R-word buddies, and just start rounding people up and throwing them in vans and pretending like you are. And you know what would happen? Nothing would happen. Not a single thing. Something would happen to you, but nothing would happen to them because they're going around abducting people off the street, literally, off of work sites, if they're doing construction, anywhere they think they may be Hispanic, Latino, depends, like I said, however you define yourself. They're just taking people off the street. Now, here's the danger in that. They also have grabbed up a lot of Asian people. Now, again, if you're an R-word, you probably love it, right? You think it's awesome. They're grabbing up Asian people, and they're sending them to these places in Africa, South Sudan. Now, I want you to go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. They're sending these people to South Sudan, Africa, or or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying anybody needs to be here illegally. Of course, there's not one American, 0 Americans, unless they're saying anybody needs to be here illegally. Of course, there's not one American, 0 Americans, unless they're a criminal, that want criminal. The truth about my wonderful country is a convicted felon. I would have thought in my entire life we is a convicted felon. I would have thought in my entire life we hold on. Service error. Please contact us. Okay, I don't know what that. Something weird on my left. Anyway, sorry, y'all. So, people sign up for the National Guard because they want to help their country. So when we had this big, ginormous, it rained, poured down for 5 days straight. So when I'm saying poured down, you know how when you're driving the car, it's raining and it's raining so fierce for 5 days. So I don't know what that is. It keeps telling me that I had a safety issue for 5 days. So I don't know what that is. It keeps telling me that I had a safety issue. Issue. From it's so that I moved from one side of town. That's when rain went. It's raining. But in that instance, it's for, right? The, part of it, National Guard came out and they brought boats, they brought food, they brought water, they brought clothes. They did everything. They kept people off of the streets. People that had emergencies and had like medical. Oh, here's the puzzle piece, y'all. So I'm gonna show you how this works. When people say I gotta move my puzzle piece, this is what they're talking about right here. Well, I'm gonna try it again because I'm talking to you. I didn't do it right. Okay, so this is the puzzle piece, and you got to slide it over and make it match up. So see, I missed it because I'm trying to demonstrate. All right. Now, there you go. See, you get a green mark. Okay, so the National Guard comes out to help people. And if we had some kind of like major like civil unrest where people think of like that January 6th thing. Now, again, whether you love it or hate it, January 6th, when people were trying to take over the Capitol who had no business trying to take over the Capitol, right? And they were bringing guns and weapons, and I believe at least one police officer lost their life. I know one person got blinded. So a lot of people, there was a whole lot that happened. Now again, whether you thought it was awesome or whether you thought it was crazy, the National Guard that's when National Guard steps in, right? Crazy. The National Guard that's when National Guard steps in, right? To help control order. Now, when it is not that. It is not that. That there is not a time we need to have National Guard or the military that control like a big attack or something. But the truth is, crime is down in Washington, D.C. by 25%. Again, don't believe me? Go look it up. Don't look it up on Fox News or what is it, One America. Don't go to the right-leaning news, right? Also, don't go look at CNN or what's the other one? MSNBC, because those are left-leaning. So they're going to tell you what they want you to, what they're doing. MSNBC, because those are left-leaning. So they're going to tell you what they want to tell you from their perspective. So much stuff now is convoluted. Why am I telling you all this? What does this have to do with digital marketing? What does this have to do with making money from your phone? You want to know? When they come for whoever they come for next. And the reason I was saying the reason that this precedent of anybody can just go grab people off the street is so dangerous is because right now they've taken a lot of Hispanic, Latino people, right? They're out of here. Nobody knows. They know where they are, but they're pretending they don't know where they are. So let's just pretend that nobody knows where they are. Okay. Let's say you're innocent. You happen to be, like, for instance, when my kids were little, we had my daughter's baby shower last weekend. Okay. Now, the person that took care of my kids and my home and all that stuff, while my ex and I were building our corporation, she came to the baby shower. Now, she's American, right? She is a naturalized American citizen, right? She came here from a Latin country. I'm not going to say who or where or what or why or whatever. She came here from there. She got her citizenship, and she is a law-abiding citizen. She is. Her husband is. They've always been. She's got her own business now. He's got his own business, and they did everything the right way. They got her. They paid taxes. They did all of the things right. But let's say that for whatever reason, someone, and I don't want to use her, but someone similar to that was just abducted off the street because they happen to have a Spanish accent. They just happen to have a Spanish accent. And they were abducted off the street in some white van, thrown in the back of this thing, and dragged away. Okay. Now, you know how expensive it is to fight a regular charge, even if it's true or not true? Can you imagine how much it is to fight a charge like that? How much do you think it will cost you to try to fight the federal government to get back to where you belong, which is right here? Now, I'm not saying, again, I'm not talking about criminals. So the people back to where you belong, which is right here. Now, I'm not saying, again, I'm not talking about criminals. So the people that older in here legally is not in itself a crime. That is true. But when they're being that older, in here legally is not in itself a crime. That is true. But when they're being the R word, so how many Swedish nannies do you think how many Swedish nannies do you think came here to get a job, to work, to have a better chance at life? That is the majority of people that are in this country that are not here, that don't have their citizenship, their visa. And so, as a matter of fact, overstayed her visa, Melania Trump. Yes. She overstayed her visa on several occasions. Okay, are we deporting her? Of course not, because that's just not a thing. Like, she wasn't out here, R-wording and pillaging and doing all of this stuff. Now, whether you love her or hate her, I don't really care. She still overstayed her visa. So there's a lot of where the point I was making was where I raised my kids is Loudoun County, Virginia. Well, wealthiest county in the country, right? Okay. We had nannies in my community from everywhere. We had the young, beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed, like super blonde, blue-eyed girls from Sweden and, all over the place. We had young and older Latina women or Hispanic women that were also nannies. Okay. Nobody is talking about let's deport these beautiful, young, blonde, Swedish nannies that are here that have overstayed their visas. Nobody. Do you know why? Because the people that are so happy to see everybody get put out of here, a lot of them look like that, or they idolize that. Look, now I'm not trying to tell you that's right. I'm saying it's all wrong. That's what my point is. It's all wrong. I don't care if you're a beautiful Swedish bombshell nanny. I don't care if you're 1,000-year-old Hispanic nanny. I don't care what it is. The whole thing is early. For all of you that are freaking exhausted, you don't even want to look at the news. You don't even want to hear what I'm saying right now, right? Because it's kind of like, you don't even want to look at the news. You don't even want to hear what I'm saying right now, right? Because it's kind of like, you're just so sick and tired of it, especially if you're in the U.S. You might not even watch the news. I don't usually watch the news. When I do watch something, I watch this guy called the Midas Touch. Guy called the Midas Touch on YouTube, and also Brian Taylor Scott, and they are this guy Midas. They're lawyers, and so they've been on both sides of the political spectrum. And anyway, the point I'm making is whether or not you love it or you hate it or you trust this government, you still can't afford your damn groceries. The groceries, as our current commander-in-chief says, right? The groceries. It's so funny when he says it because he says it like it's a foreign word. He's like, they buy eggs and bacon. And they call it's an old fashioned term. Nobody's ever uses it. They call it the groceries. So I think that's cool. Now I gotta tell you, I'm not here to tell you who to love or who to hate or whatever. I used to be a huge Trump fan when I was much younger. I thought he was just awesome. I loved The Apprentice. I loved The Apprentice so much, and I was such a fan of Donald Trump that I actually had an Apprentice doll in my office. And when you pulled the string, it would say, I have no choice but to tell you you're fired. So I actually used it on somebody one time. I hate to tell y'all, but I really did. He knew he was getting fired because when he came in my office, he was like, oh, man, I'm getting fired, ain't I? I was like, you are. But it's funny thing with that, I actually ended up not firing him and just training him to do something else. And he turned out to be really great after that. But the point I'm making is it's okay for you to, maybe you are not political at all, but you still have to pay attention to what's going on around you, what's happening in the world. The tariffs are a tax on the American people, right? We end up paying more for the goods and services that come from elsewhere, right? Hello there, sister. How are you? I'm great. How are you? Let me move my screen. Hey, Nita. Good morning. Good morning. Let me just give y'all some shouts out. Hey, Harmony Bell. Good morning, friend. Daytrina, thank you, my girl, and thank you for sending me my daily heart me and all of this stuff. You are so awesome. Good morning, Adam. Again, thank you for joining me. Let me see who else we got on here. Good morning, Jessica. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, again, whether you love these changes, hate these changes, I can't really tell you what to love or hate. I can tell you how the digital journey, it's going great. It's going great. I'm actually on a little bit of a political rant that also ties into why people need to start making this income from their phones. So, tariffs are a tax on the American people. If you love or hate all these people being abducted off the streets, again, the reason that is so scary to me is because I actually was a person who was abducted as a kid. Okay, so it's probably one of the most horrific, terrifying things you can ever experience, and to be at your job. Now, I want you to imagine this. Okay, now for anybody who thinks this is awesome, right? Let's say the next administration comes in and they are, can we talk after you and your live stream if you don't mind? Sure, Nita, that would be awesome. So let's say that let's say the next administration comes in, right? And let's say that a Democrat is elected, right? But is it Democrat that is let's just pretend that this Democrat is Donald Trump, but he's a Democrat, or she. They're a Democrat. Okay. Now, again, I'm an independent, so I have no fight about either one of these people. But let's say they're a Democrat, and they do exactly all of the things that Donald Trump is saying are okay. It's okay to abduct people off the street and don't tell them what agency you're with, and don't tell their families, where they're going. Like you're coming out of church on a Sunday. Now, we happen to know that you go to this Hispanic church now, but let's just say this Democrat is Hispanic and they're angry about all of the things that have been done. Maybe their dad got deported and sent to El Salvador. Their 70-year-old dad, who's been here since he was 40, who's been a law-abiding citizen and done all of the things, paid his taxes, done all of the things, right? Raised great kids, yada, yada, yada. So now they get elected as president because they run on that. And let's say they get elected. And now they say, we're going to do to these people exactly what Trump did to my dad. And they turn their venom and their anger on anybody who's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Because now they're the enemy, right? Because they don't look like them, right? They don't look like them. They're not like us, right? They're not like us. So now they decide it's take blonde hair, blue-eyed people off the street, throw them in van. Before we put them in the van, though, we're going to beat the hell out of them. We're going to beat the hell out of them because we know everybody's out there with their phones and the press is out there. And we want this to end up on the news because we want to scare all the other blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. So we're going to beat these people. We're going to make an example of them, or really a display of them, not an example, because the example would be to show us actually arresting people that are committing these quote-unquote violent crimes, right? Because nobody wants criminals to be in this country. But again, we have a 34-time convicted felon as a president. So we can't say that it's just we don't like criminals because this country voted for a criminal, right? And I'm not telling you whether to love or hate it. I'm just telling you that is the truth of the matter. That is who our president is, okay? So let's say now this Hispanic president decides it's war on blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. And they get these vans and have people abduct them off the streets, but before they abduct them, they're going to beat the crap out of them. And let's say it's a pregnant woman. They're going to beat the crap out of her because they've done this with some of these Latino women, Hispanic women. They have beat them while they're pregnant, visibly pregnant. Not like somebody's like, oh, she's pregnant. No, you can see that this person is pregnant. And they throw them to the ground. So now they throw this blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman who's visibly pregnant, who's got her little beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl and little boy standing there, who her blonde-haired, blue-eyed husband is like, where are you taking my wife? Who are you? What are you doing? At least give me your card. What's your name? Give me a badge number. Give me something. And they say, nope, we're not telling you anything. We're just taking your wife. Because she looks like somebody that we want to lock up. She looks like Heidi. She looks like Heidi, even though your wife is clearly named Rebecca, and Heidi's like 5 feet tall and your wife is 6 feet tall, but they're just going to say, well, she looks like her, and they're going to throw her in the van and take her away, and now they're sending your blonde-haired, blue-eyed wife, Rebecca, to Africa, to South Sudan, to the middle of a war zone. Right? She doesn't know anything about Africa. She doesn't know anything about South Sudan. She doesn't speak the language. Do you think she's going to have a good time there? Do you think she's going to be safe there? She's not. And this is exactly what's happening to these people. They're not safe. Okay, now that was my rant. That is my political rant. Sorry if you don't like it. If you're offended, listen, I do attraction marketing. So this rant, even though it is a rant today, is because I don't like what's going on. I don't like what's going on. There is a good way to do this. There's a good way to do this. Let's say, even if we just wanted to ramp up the deportation game, because the truth of the matter is, before Trump started all of this, do you know the president who deported more people than any other president? I'll give you a second. It was not a white man. You know who it was? It was Barack Obama. Yes, Barack Obama. Obama is the president who actually deported more illegal, if you want to call them illegal immigrants. He deported more people than any other president before Trump started this thing. So to act like, Democrats just want criminals running around that's ridiculous. Nobody wants criminals running around the country. Are you kidding me? Like, who wants criminals running around the country? Other criminals. All right, y'all. So that's my rant for today. And I'm at the top of the hour. So let me back up real quick. I do not usually talk about politics. I got on a rant today because I see what's happening in Washington, D.C. I raised my kids in Loudoun County, Virginia, the wealthiest county in the entire country of the United States of America. Politicians live there. Tech live there. Tech people live there. My ex-husband was in tech. We started an IT company, even though I don't know anything about tech. Like, they used to be like, well, you have an IT company, you know how to... I'm like, I barely know how to turn on my computer. I'm like, I don't do the techie stuff. Like, we hired people to do the techie stuff, right? So even some of the tech stuff that my ex-husband didn't know some of the tech stuff. So we hired people that did the tech stuff. We did federal contracts. Companies still exist. If you're up there where my name is on my Kara Revels Crittenton, it used to be 6K Systems. Now it's Crittenton Consulting, right? Same as my last name, Crittenton. And so we hired people to do all the techie stuff. And I absolutely, yes, of course, there was crime in Washington, D.C. because it's a major American city. I challenge you, other than somewhere way, way out in the Midwest. And see, here's the thing that people think. They think, well, the crime is because there's more black people or more Latino people in certain cities. But if you go look at the statistics, you're going to see that there are a lot of cities that are predominantly white, and in red states, like I was telling you earlier, that we got in the U.S. we have red states and blue states. And the red states tend to be Republican, the blue states tend to be Democrats. I'm an independent, so I'm going to vote for whoever's going to do the best job for the majority of the people, right? Okay, so when you look, there's crime in those states too, but they don't look like the people that people want to say are the criminals. And that's why there's no big rush to, do anything. Okay, and I also gave you the example. I guarantee you a lot of these wealthy politicians and wealthy Republican donors that are helping with this initiative, they have got a Latino maid, housekeeper, people that work for them, whatever. Even Trump, remember he had all the Mexicans making his ties that he made in Mexico. All the MAGA stuff is actually made in China. Like, it's so funny when you just look at some of the hypocrisy that goes on, right? That, like, you're wearing this MAGA hat, and I'm not telling you not to wear your MAGA hat, because when I figure out how to sell MAGA hats, I will sell MAGA hats, because they're selling like hotcakes. Okay, but seriously, it's like, all right, so when I was raising my kids, and we were, good morning, Barbara, how are you? We were living in Loudoun County, Virginia, wealthiest county in the country, beautiful home, blah, blah, blah. And matter of fact, where I used to live, this is kind of funny, it used to be called Lowe's Island. And now it's still called Lowe's Island, but the country club there was Lowe's Island Country Club. That is now Trump National Golf Course. So it just tells you how, how interesting life can be. But when I would go to DC with my kids and we go to all the museums, because you have all these museums in the Smithsonian's, they're all free. Like all the museums are free, the zoo is free. So when we were trying to build our company before, of course, we turned it into a multi-million dollar corporation, we didn't have any money because we couldn't even get a loan because why? My ex, who had this great job making close to 200K, he quit the job before we started the company. So when we went to go to the bank to get a loan, they're like, who do you work for? We're like 6K Systems. They're like, who's that? Isn't that the company you're trying to get a loan for the startup? We're like, yeah. They're like, but y'all haven't made any money. You should have been here 2 weeks ago when you had that high paying job. We would have given you all of the money you wanted, right? So that also just tells you, right? You should have come here 2 weeks ago when you had that great paying job. All right, so going to DC was so awesome. Now, of course, where the Capitol and the Smithsonian and all that is, you didn't have crimes and all that because you did have the Capitol Police. You have the DC Police. You have all the, as we call them, alphabet boys, right? So that's the agencies like the how beautiful. Thank you for the roses. Yay, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Okay, awesome. So when we talk of thank you for the daily heart me, oh, I love it. So when we talk about the alphabet boys, we were talking about the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, and again, like I said, you probably know who the FBI is. You might not know, who the CIA is, but you may not have heard of NSA, which is the National Security Administration. And there's a couple of other ones that people don't really hear about because they are top security. But anyway, we had people with security clearances and all this stuff, and I loved taking my kids to DC. So when we were building that IT company, right, started from the bottom, now we're here, right, turn that thing from a startup to a multi-million dollar corporation. In the beginning, nobody would give us any money. So we're like, okay, I'm calling the mortgage company. I'm like, oh yeah, we're waiting for this check because, we started doing this little consulting contract. And I said little consulting contract. It was $6,000 a month. But we had 6 kids. We had a big old house with a big old mortgage. And we were trying to build this company, right? And because my ex quit, he didn't get his big severance package or anything like that because he quit. So we're like, okay, what are we going to do? So we got this first contract. Now, so that $6,000 did not go far. Trust me, it did not go far at all. But I was like, you know what? We're not going to sit here and be like, oh, we can't do anything. And it's so depressing and we can't take the kids all the places we want to take them. No, we would throw the kids in the car. I would make a lunch, right? I would pack us a picnic and we'd get, money together so that they could buy an ice cream when we came out of the museums. And so, because they had the street vendors. So if you haven't been to DC, if you haven't been to a big city, maybe if you see on the TV when they have the carts with the people like, okay, DC is different. Yeah, thank you for the ice cream cone, Chris. I appreciate you. Chris is awesome, you guys. If you're not following her, follow her. She now are you in, where were you going? Paraguay, Uruguay, Grenada. Where did you move, Chris? Cruising with Chris because she and her husband were living on a boat. So that's really cool. So they were living on a boat and they just decided to move to I think it's South America or Central America. I'm not sure. But Chris, if you're still here, let me know. But if y'all are not following Chris, please follow her, you guys. She is awesome. And her husband actually does GIS, which is like doing maps and stuff like that. And we had GIS contracts with the federal government, especially with the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority and some other agencies. But anyway, my point I was making was we loved going to DC, hanging out with the kids. All of the museums were free. All of the museums were free, where our kids could learn about the history of the country, all the history, the African American history, the Jewish history, the white American history, right? The FBI, like you could learn about all of this stuff, and people weren't trying to pretend this shit didn't happen. Excuse my French, y'all. Oops. People weren't trying to pretend that these things didn't happen. They did happen. Listen, I love my country. I believe the U.S. is the... People weren't trying to pretend that these things didn't happen. They did happen. Listen, I love my country. I believe the U.S. is the... Move abroad if stuff gets super duper, nutso. Heck yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Now, right now, for people that look like me, right? I'm African American, so it was a surprise to a lot of the Latino people. I'm African American, so it was a surprise to a lot of the Latino people that voted for Trump because they thought that we African American supported. We got guys. So a lot of them that came here from Cuba and different places that typically vote Republican. And a lot of that has to do with them, to me, coming because the countries they came from were run by dictators. So they feel a little comfortable with that. And I'm not saying that you have a right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. But unfortunately, a lot of them have gotten deported. Even the guy who made the vote for whoever you want to vote for. But unfortunately, a lot of them have gotten deported. Even the guy who made the Trump song, and it was a him up and deport him. He ended up getting deported. Laugh at other people's misery. When the guy told you from day one he was going to deport you and you still voted for him, you're not that bright. Not that bright. I'm going to deport you. And you're like, yes! Please send some random guys in a white van with no identification to get me and my family and throw us in the back of this van and take us to God knows where and send us to a country that we didn't even come from and we don't know the people. And even if we speak Spanish, all Spanish is not spoken the same way, you guys. You do know that, right? Y'all know, or maybe you don't know that. People, my daughter is going to law school in Puerto Rico, right? She had to go for 1 year and immerse. Y'all know, or maybe you don't know that. People, my daughter is going to law school in Puerto Rico, right? She had to go for 1 year and immerse herself in Spanish so she could become fluent in Spanish so she could go to law school in Puerto Rico, right? Now, this was before all of the nonsense about, all of the nonsense. When people didn't think that whatever. So she's in law school. And she speaks with other people that are Spanish speakers from other countries. And the Spanish is different, you guys. So, duh. But when you're sending people that are from Asian countries to freaking South Sudan in Africa, where they not only do they not speak the language, they can't even fake it till they make it, right? They can't even pretend. No. Because they don't speak the language. You're going to immediately know, if I show up in South Sudan and I'm an Asian person, you're going to immediately know that I am also now a what? Target. I'm telling you, even people from South Sudan don't want to be in South Sudan. What is their crime? Now, I can see if you're saying, I can't really see it, but If you say, okay, well, they created this horrific crime. Okay, no, we don't want them there. Send them back to their country. Send them to their country. But I just thought it was funny that these people who voted against their own best interests, a lot of them did it because they do not like African Americans, right? And so they thought we could get deported when they found out that we can't get deported. That's what the 14th Amendment was even about. It was so after the whole slavery that the slave owners would not be able to take the black people, the African American people that were born in the U.S., they could not ship them back to countries that they were 3 and 4 generations. Because remember, slavery went on in the U.S. for 400 years. 400 years. And they're trying to erase that and act like it didn't happen. And, the slaves were happy. And yes, because who wouldn't be happy working, from sun up to sundown and beyond in a field in 100 and something degree weather with the sun beating down on you, picking cotton, no air conditioners then, no fans and stuff then, none of that. Who wouldn't be happy? A lot of, they're like, well, they were singing. Yeah, because a lot of the songs that the slaves sang, and to be quite clear, very few people that came to the United States during that time were actually slaves in Africa. There were very few people. They brought doctors here, scientists here, astronomers here, right? Teachers here. People that would be what we would consider a lawyer today. Those are the people that were brought here. People that were craftspeople, artisans, writers. Those were the people that were brought here and then turned into slaves, right? So they didn't start out as slaves in Africa and then they brought slaves here. No. Yes, there were a few slaves in Africa. There were slaves in every country. But that is not the majority of the people that were brought here. Hang on, y'all. Okay. So what is the point of this whole rant, y'all? What is the point of all of this? The point of all of this is to tell you, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you believe. But I do know that I attract a certain type of person. I attract people that genuinely care about other human beings. And they don't care if you look exactly like them, right? They care that you're a good person. Okay? Now, every single person on this planet has done something in their past that they wish they hadn't done. I don't know one person that hasn't done something in their life that they wish they hadn't done, or if they knew better, they would do better and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that's just life. But you cannot control the government. You can't. You can vote, you can protest peacefully, you can do all of the things that you're legally able to do. And the problem comes in when you're doing the things that you are legally allowed to do in the United States and you are being arrested, detained, not even told what you've done when you're doing things legally. And that's a problem. So let me give y'all some shout outs. Hey, if you're new here, if you don't know me, my name is Kara. I am a mom of 6. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a world traveler, and I'm here to set people free. Listen, whether you love it, whether you hate it, a lot of things are happening in the world that we have no control over. Grocery prices, the groceries, as our current Commander-in-Chief says, the groceries, an old-fashioned term that very few people use now, where you can buy eggs and bacon. The groceries are super expensive. He said it. Don't take my word for it. Go back and look at the things that he said when he first became president, right? And the groceries are not getting cheaper. They're getting more expensive. Despite whatever people who don't go grocery shopping have told you, go to the supermarket. You know the groceries are expensive. Okay. And the tariffs are a tax on the American people. You see it when you go buy things in the store. The stores tell you, hey, due to the tariffs, we raised our prices. Now, some of them are doing it like as price gouging because the tariffs haven't really impacted them yet. And so they're like, but the people know about the tariffs and people know that we're going to have to pass this on to them. So let's just pretend that it's already happening. And it is happening to an extent. But anyway, so all of that to say, people are getting kicked off Medicare and Medicaid, and they're losing their health care benefits. And people are getting kicked off Social Security. People that paid into Social Security. So here's something you need to understand for anybody who doesn't really understand how Social Security works. You just see them take it out of your check take it out of your paycheck every week or whenever you get paid. Social Security is the money that you pay in to the government for when you're old and you retire, right? And so you will have some income when you're old, and you won't have to be working forever, and you won't have to be a Walmart greeter. Hello, welcome to Walmart. Because nothing against those people, but I don't think anybody said, you know what I want to be when I grow up? A Walmart greeter. You know what I want to be doing when I'm like 70, 60, 70, 80? Greeting folks at Walmart. I'm sure you can ask any little kid in the world, and they're not going to tell you that's what they want to be when they grow up, right? So go right there to the link in my bio. Get the information. I'm going to actually put the sticker up here with the site. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to put my sticker up here for you so you can go straight to my site, because the Tickety Talkie does not like you. I got a little nasty gram from them the other day. They restricted my live, saying I was primarily trying to take people off the site. So y'all see what it says right there, Team Pay Daily. Y'all go right there and get your free guide to 10K in 30 days. Go right there and get your free guide. You're going to get a PDF from me, right, for your 10K in 30 days. Let me put it on my Kara Revel's Crittenton page too. Because if you don't know, I have two phones going here. I have the one under my name, Kara Revel's Crittenton, and the other one is on my page, which is Team Pay Daily, which is also my site. Okay. Now where did the sticker go? What y'all do to my sticker? I'm telling you, TikTok got jokes. Let's try it again. Is it up too high? Maybe I have it up too high. Let's see. Drag here. I don't know. Let me see. All right. But anyway, yeah, so I used to love going to D.C., taking my kids to all the museums. Everything was free. And then so what we would do is after I'd pack the lunch, right? Me and the ex, I'd pack the lunch. And we would take the kids to the museum. Now, remember, I have 6 kids. And there would always be a cousin or a friend or a couple of cousins or a couple of friends that wanted to go, or some kids from church or something like that. Actually, my daughter's now husband is one of the kids that went to church with us. That once we started making money, right, from the IT company, we were going to. They'll tell me, but I'm pretty sure it was Busch Gardens. We were going to Busch Gardens one Sunday after church, and he wanted to go because he used to hang out with my sons. I don't know why it's not letting me put my sticker up there, but anyway, I'm gonna put it in the chat right here in the comments. So anyway, we took him to church with us one Sunday. I mean, we took him with us to the amusement park after church one Sunday, right? And so when my daughter and him reconnected in college, because my daughter was going to college to get her master's, and I think he had just finished college. Because he's like a year older than she is, or maybe 2. And he was working. And so she goes to church, which was really cool. Okay, so y'all, it's pinned to the comments. and my on my caravels Quentin. The site is pinned to the comments. Hey, Sir Ebel, welcome. Did you ever get signed up, my friend? I know you got the email and everything from me. So if you need help getting signed up, let me know. Because we can get you started today. All right, you check the email. And now, did you sign up? That's what I'm asking you. Because I saw that you got the email. All right, y'all. So anyway, so we always had a kid or two hanging out with us besides my 6. So we took them all to the amusement parks, and we've been to Disney. Like, I can't even tell you how many times my kids have been to Disney. And I love Disney. I just went this year. I tell you what, I just went in April. Yeah, it was just in April, but we were only there for a few days for over the Easter break. But anyway, I had a great time. So we'd go to the Smithsonian, to all museums in DC were free. Now I think it's okay if you charge maybe $1 to get into these museums, because they're funded by our taxpayer money anyway, right? So we go to the museums and we do all of the things, and then we got done with the picnic lunch. I will do it today. Okay, awesome. Yay. So see right here, we've got Ebel, who is going to be starting today. Shout out to Ebel. Let me flip my camera around. So let's give a big old shout out to Ebel. Awesome sauce. Okay, y'all. So yeah, let's get this money from your phone, Ebel. Let's do it, my friend. No, you know what? The longer you wait, that's another day when you could be learning how to earn from your phone. Let's do it, friend. Let's do it. Hello, how long have you been into digital marketing? Let's see, who are you? I'm great, Hillary, and I've been doing this since, let's see, I got the program in October, and I was in Puerto Rico for about 3 months. So I really didn't get started, and I got it in September, but I really didn't get started really digging in until I was kind of around December. And then I got thrown off with the whole band, not a band thing. So actually really getting going, really getting started would be like February of this year. So yeah, I love it. I'm excited. So just go right there to where you see that Team Pay Daily. Go there. Or you can hit where my name is and do it. Double tap there. It'll open up to my profile and put your information in there. But it's easier just to take a screenshot where it says www, right there where it says Team Pay Daily, and then copy and paste that into your browser, and that will open up to my website. So either way, let's get you guys going. All right, so back to my DC. Oh yeah, so I loved it. It was fun. Yes, there was crime. There's crime in every single major city in the United States. Some more than others. It's not a red state, blue state thing. The reason you have more crime in blue states as it appears is because you have way more people in blue states. So you would have more crime. That makes sense. And contrary to popular belief in the U.S. by people who don't know or get every scrap of news from right-leaning channels like Fox or One America or something like that, you would think that the majority, so even though in this country, and I love the U.S., never going anywhere. I mean, I'm going to go somewhere to visit because I'm a world traveler, but African American people, did you know they only make up 13% of the population? Did y'all know that? Is that a surprise to anybody? Anybody in this live, is it a surprise to you that African Americans only make up 13% of the United States population? Good morning. I'm Tommy. Let me see. Let me change. Let me switch this. Good morning, OT Tommy. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Thank you. And let's go, Sir Abel. Get signed up. Let me know if you have any questions as you're signing up, okay? Because I can absolutely help you. I would love to help you. How are you doing this morning, OT Tommy? I've been on here for like an hour and a half at least. So that's when I got started, Hillary. And are you also doing digital marketing? I'm doing Legacy Builders, and I'm also doing DWA. And I haven't really gotten into my DWA like I wanted to, but I'm going to be doing that soon. And the reason I like DWA is because it is a complimentary program to Legacy Builders. So they're not, to me, there's no competition. They're just two different types of programs. What I did like about DWA, and the reason that I wanted to get started with it, was that, thank you for the roses, OT Tommy. Thank you, friend. The reason I did that, because I have Spanish speaking and also French speaking friends and family members, and I've always been looking for a way for something that I could help, as many people as I can. And I didn't have something like, yeah, but is it in Spanish? Like, no, it's not. So now DWA is in 7 languages. Yes, awesome. And also, Legacy Builders is about to launch in Spanish very soon. So I love that, because this is a global program. We have people from all over the world, all walks of life, old, young. I think we got our oldest member now is 91 years old. So shout out to him. So let me tell y'all, for all of you who think you can't do it, who think you have to be tech savvy, which you absolutely do not have to be tech savvy to do this. We have a 91-year-old in our program. You know for a fact he didn't grow up with no dang technology. He did not grow up with the internet. So and then we have somebody like 17. Now I think you have to be 18, but they are doing it with their parent. And we have other people who are teaching their kids this. I'm like, man, I wish I had known this when my kids were younger. If this program was around, when my kids were younger, I absolutely would have been teaching them how to do this. So if you a self-taught and I for sure would never be a self-taught brain surgeon. But if you think about it, a friend of mine pointed out, this is a side note, he's a psychiatrist and a psychologist, and he does all this stuff, right? And I was telling him, when I was younger, I wanted to be a child psychologist. And I was like, and he said, well, you are a psychologist. I'm like, I'm a coach, but I'm not a psychologist. He says, no. He said, think about it. The first person that said they were a psychologist did not go to school for psychology, right? Because there was no psychology school, right? The first person that was a brain surgeon did not go to Harvard Medical or Harvard Law. Well, where is it? Does Harvard have medical? I know they have law. I'm not sure. But anyway, they didn't go to any fancy school to become the first brain surgeon, right? Because there wasn't a college to teach you how to be a brain surgeon when you're the very first brain surgeon. Now, this is not brain surgery, rocket scientists, or law. This is very simple. This is learning how to earn, how to market any product, service, or business on the internet. That is all digital marketing is. I know when you first hear digital marketing, it sounds scary because you're thinking tech. Like I kind of thought that. I was thinking you got to have some tech skills. I had done some other things in the past where I was trying to figure out how to make this do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do online. And I had to try to set up emails and funnels and websites and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I freaking hate it. I don't like it at all. So when I found this program and it's 98% done, the only thing you really got to do is connect how you're going to get your MONEY. They don't like you to say the word that rhymes with honey on here, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, so go right there. If you're not following me, follow me. I will follow you back as long as you are a real account. If you have not done your daily heart me, you guys, do your daily heart me. Check in. You need to check in with TikTok, especially if you are a creator or you want to become a creator or get into the rewards of the pilot program or any of those things. You want to, if you are a creator or you want to become a creator or get into the rewards of the pilot program or any of those things, you want to check in. You want to do your daily heart me. And tap on that heart, and TikTok is going to tell you all of the things to do to get your daily heart meet. Now, why is that important? Like I was saying this earlier, then I got on my political rant. Because I love DC. I love going to the museums. I loved all of that stuff. I loved going to the mall, which is where the Washington Monument is, and all of those kind of things. But guess what? There was crime not in those areas, of course, because you got the Capitol and all the alphabet boys are there, right? So you had the Capitol Police, which were made to seem like they were the bad guys during the January 6th thing when they were actually the good guys. You had the DC Police, right? And then you had the FBI, the CIA, the NSA. You have all these different federal law enforcement agencies, right? And so now that it's being taken over by the National Guard, which I really feel sorry for them, because I know so many of them that do not want to be going and turning against American citizens when their whole training and everything has been to help Americans, to help us, not to, just at the whim of whoever. I'm done with that rant, but all right, y'all. So go up there where my name is. Do your daily heart me. Now here's why it's important to check in, because TikTok is looking at your engagement. If you're not doing that, I've been on some of bigger creators' accounts because I like to follow them and see what they're doing and get some tips and all that kind of stuff. They are actually, these bigger creators are kicking people out of their room. They're actually kicking them out and blocking them if they are not doing the daily heart me. That's how big a deal this daily heart me is. Because it helps the creator. So if you've got a bunch of people in your room, now those of you who are on the outside looking in, you're just on the outside looking in. But the people that are actually, on the lives, when they're looking at you, when TikTok is looking at you to evaluate how much they push your content out, how many people they send to your lives. Like on this live right now, on my Team Pay deal, because I have my two phones. We've got, let me do it the other way. No, I can't, hold it. Let me do this, I think. Wait, all right. So you don't have to know how to do this to do this. I'm telling you right now. You don't have to know how to do this to do this. Was my microphone muted? What? Wait a minute. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. So let me flip my camera so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Flip my camera. All right, let me show you rather than just trying to talk you through it. Right here, so this is my other page, Team Pay Daily. See right here, when that, why is it doing it? Okay, right here where my name is, see that orange heart? You're going to tap on that orange heart. And here's the daily heart me stuff. Now, you're not going to see this because this is what I see, but this is my fan club. So when you do that, you're going to be part of my fan club. Okay, so all these people are part of my fan club. So when you do the daily heart me, it's going to send you, TikTok is going to give you all the things to do. You want to do those things, you guys, because it helps you. Yes, it helps me. I'm never going to say, oh, it's not helping me. Of course it's helping me. When you tap on the screen, when I say take your finger, tap on the screen, this is all you're going to do, right? Hold on. What is this? Somebody's sending me a text. All right, you're going to take your finger and you're just going to do that. Just tap on the screen. That's it. And that sends the hearts. And those hearts are likes. Okay, so I don't want to do that too much, but it's okay if you do like your own live. They won't hurt you. It's just better if other people are liking your live, right? So you can see up here that I have so far on my Team Pay Daily, this is for today, for this live that we're doing right now, 12,900 likes. So go ahead and tap on the screen and let's get that up to 13,000, you guys. All right, so that's how that works. Okay, so that's the first thing. Follow me. You're going to just hit the follow button and you're going to follow me. And right here, you see right here, Team Pay Daily, that's where you're going to go to get the information. So if you're on my Caravel Scrittenton, go ahead, and also on my Team Pay Daily, take a screenshot. That's my site. That is my site where you'll get the information. Now, the other thing you can do, if you that's the quickest way to do it. Copy and paste that. Take a screenshot, copy and paste it in your browser. It's going to open up to my website. The other thing, I don't want to keep saying that because I got in trouble the other day because they said I was trying to take people off the site. Well, duh, because I want you to go and get the information. How else are you going to get there if I don't tell you what to do? So, of course, they want to keep people on the platform as long as they can, and that makes sense. So then right here, if you want to get it, go to my, right here, if you want to get it, go to my, you would tap right here on my face, tap twice. That will open up to my profile. So on my Caravel Scrittenton page, you guys, when you see that, it's going to open up to the profile that says Caravel Scrittenton. And it's the same process. Let's see if I can do it. If I tap on the, it says Caravel Scrittenton. And it's the same process. Let's see if I can do it. If I tap on there. And under here where you wouldn't see this stuff, right? The sub stuff, you're not going to see that. You're going to see the LINK. Tap on the LINK and it will open up and camera back around, because the TikTok guys don't like it when you're out here showing people what to do and how to get to this bag, and it's not by selling little bitty piddly stuff on the TT shop, right? They don't like it. Now, I'm not saying there is anything wrong with selling things on the TikTok shop. So I'm about to flip this around on my Team Pay Daily because I want to show you also on the other phone. Good morning, Jaden. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, April. Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all take your finger, tap on the screen. Help me get this live up to 13,000 likes. Yes. I can't wait. That will actually be the first time I've got 13. Yes. I can't wait. That will actually be the first time I've got 13. Go. Oh, thank you, OT Tommy. Thank you. Y'all let me know where you're coming in from. You can let them know they can get daily bonus points after completing all daily missions. Okay. So, see, this is what I was talking about. Let me see. You guys can see it on my... See, TikTok tells me the things to do. So you see my folks have said good morning. They're commenting. You want to comment. You want to be an engager. And then it's telling me what to do. I can let them know that they can get daily bonus points after completing all the daily missions. So the daily missions are going to be when you go to that orange heart and you click on that. That's where the daily missions are going to come from, you guys. All right, so let me flip this around because now I want to show y'all on my Team Pay Daily account using my Caravel Scrittenton account how this all works so you guys can get in on the phone on the fun as well. Okay, so right here you're going to see the heart by my name. So on my Team Pay Daily, it's going to say Team Pay Daily, of course. You're going to tap on the heart. So hold on, I gotta plug in my phone because I've been live about 2 hours. I've got to get ready to go. I'm moving and I'm going to go look at this place today. So wish me luck that it goes well, because the place where I want to be is right up where the ski resort, the Four Seasons Resort. So if you were here in the wintertime, if you've seen any of my videos, I usually go up to the resort and hang out because it's like 15 minutes from where I am now. Okay, so check in right here, Daily Heart Me. This orange heart is what when you're on people's page and they say do the Daily Heart Me. Don't mind this phone. This is my old phone. It was broken up and everything, but I still use it when I'm in the house because it takes it works well. All right, so you're gonna click there. Okay, it's gonna show you all of the things to do, right? Now this, you're not going to see this. This is my side, but this is my people in my fan club. So see, you can see the people that are in my fan club, right? And that when you do that, you're going to see TikTok is going to give you a bunch of different tasks to do. You can do some of them or none of them. You get engagement points from TikTok that you can use. So TikTok will know to push your lives out when you're live. It will also help with other things. Okay, so right here, you're going to, if you want to get the information about this program, you're going to double tap where my face is. It's going to take you to my profile. When you get there, you don't see it here, but you will, because you wouldn't see this stuff. This stuff here is for me as the live host to see. What you would see is right under here, you would see the link, right, to my site, www.teampaydaily.com. I'm only going to say that one time because I got in trouble the other day, like I said, because they were like, you trying to take people off of the app. Of course I am. Because I want y'all to get to this bag. I want y'all to get these digital ducats. I want everybody to win. And that is one of my, I want everybody to win. And that is one of my live with you, because you're like, I really want to do it, but I'm scared. Let me know. Go up there and send me an email. So when you go to my link, you're gonna see my email. Send me an email and say, Kara, I would like to go live. Would you co-host with me? Would you hop on my live? When you go live, you can share your live with me. And if I'm live, I will go live and support you as well. So what I've been doing the last week is going on other people's lives inside of my community. And as they're live, I've been sharing their lives with you guys. So I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. All right, so I have my laptop here. And I don't know this person, don't know if she's in my community, but she's live right now, so I'm just going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I don't even know what she's talking about, so I'm going to mute her. But I'm going to show you real quick what I do. I'll go, and I will, now you can only do this for a few minutes, so if you guys do this, you can only do it for a few minutes at a time. TikTok doesn't like it. Okay, so one, she's drinking on screen, which is a big no-no for TikTok. You're not supposed to do that when you go live. And the reason is because they have no idea what's in your cup. All right. So, hey, let me see what your name is. Aberlama, welcome in. Sabrina, welcome. Let me see what your name is. Aberlama, welcome in. Sabrina, welcome in. And my people in my community on their live, and then I would of course have the sound up, but I don't know who this person is. I don't know what she's talking about, but I would have my sound on so you could hear what, just like I just did. I would flip my camera back and forth so that I could come in and I could comment and all that kind of stuff. So that's just something that might help you out, especially if you're new and you kind of, maybe you don't know what to talk about or you're a little nervous. That helps break the ice if you have someone in your program. Now be sure that when you're doing that, You're making sure that you're going back and forth with your camera long enough to let people know that you to go to your site and not to their site, okay? And then I will send them gifts and stuff like that because I want people to send me gifts. So that's what I do. I mean, you got to give to get, right? And even if people didn't give it to me, I still want to support other people. I've been supporting other people, like doing things my whole entire life, so I'm not going to stop now. All right, I'm going to get off here again. If you are new here, wait a minute. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Guess what we did? Yes, on my Team Pay Daily for the first time. Drum roll, please. 13,600 likes. Thank you. That is all thanks to you guys. Yes, awesome. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate you. On my Caravels Crittenton, we are up to 8,000 likes. Hey, good morning, Veronica. Good morning. Look, hey, girl, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're back. I saw that you were back. I saw a little bit of the Discord yesterday. It's always something because now I'm in the middle of trying to move. So I'm going to go look at a place today. But this is my friend and mentor, Veronica, and she's actually the person. One of the main reasons that I got started with DWA is because of that lady right there. So yeah, if you're not following her, follow her. She's awesome. And also, if you notice, she does all of the things, right? Yeah, I know. I'm so happy you're back. So thank you for helping me, you guys. Like, see, she did the Daily Heart Me, all of the things that I'm telling you guys to do. And like I was saying earlier, this Daily Heart Me and logging in with Facebook stuff is so serious right now that I have been actually, Veronica, I've been on these bigger creator accounts because I like to see what they're talking about. And they've been kicking people out. If they're not doing the Daily Heart Me's. They have really been kicking them out. They've been blocking them, all of the things for not doing the Daily Heart Me. So I'm telling y'all, it's getting serious out here in these TikTok streets. TikTok is not playing with y'all no more. They said enough is enough. If you're going to be in here, you're going to engage, and you're going to do all of the things, or we're going to kick you out. Hold on, y'all. So I don't know, because I think it does kind of hurt the live hosts, especially those bigger ones that are, making their income from TikTok. I think because when people aren't engaging and all of that, it's limits their reach. And so I'm guessing that when they have these TikTok conventions like they had one recently, that some of those live hosts may have been complaining about that or something. That's my guess. That's what my takeaway is from watching some of these folks. So yeah. So like I said, you guys, I know you did miss going live. Yes, I love your lives. I missed watching you go live. So, all right, y'all. So, like I said, I've been on here about 2 hours. I'm about to hop off because I need to go get myself ready because I have an appointment at 1 o'clock to see this place. So, y'all pray for me that I get this place that I want because I really would love to be there. I'm looking at purchasing. Oh, thanks so much, girl. Trying to build my new page, but I know. Well, I'm still going to be in Virginia. I'm still going to be in the same area where I am, but I'm moving to a new place because right now I am at my daughter and my son-in-law's because I came up here because I love it up here. And then I was trying to decide if I was going to stay here because I moved up here from South Carolina, even though I'm from Philadelphia. Long story. And so I decided I want to stay here. So me and my man, are looking at buying a property here. But the baby is due. My daughter, my first ever grandbaby, is due in September. So I kind of want to be settled in my place before the baby comes, and then I can come and get to play grandma. So I was laughing the other day because I asked them. I was like, okay, because they have a lot of, like, when you're a first time parent, you have a lot of ideas about how you're gonna raise your kid and all the things you're gonna do and all of that. But so I'm like, okay. One thing I want to know is, can I take this kid to Disney World? Can I take this kid to Disney World? Because I love Disney. My kids have been to Disney so many times, and I had 6 kids, and always a niece or a nephew or somebody else was with us. And so I'm like, I want to take the grandbaby, when it's old enough, to Disney. So my son-in-law goes, only if you take the parents to Disney too. So that's one of my goals. I want to do a big old trip, and like Veronica is also in the Legacy Builders, and she's doing DWA and a couple other things. So the point with that, you guys, is you're not tied down to just doing one program. I really like Legacy Builders. I think it's super beginner friendly, and you can get commissions of up to $900 depending on the program you come in. So again, go up there to the link in my bio, or right there you see on my Team Pay Daily. Take a screenshot of that. That's probably the fastest, the quickest, easiest way to do it. Take a screenshot, copy it in your browser, open it up to the website. That's it. Okay. Now I can't keep saying that because we were in Orlando for a minute, and looks like a great place. It is. I love one of my mentors, because I'm also a life and business and financial coach, Veronica. One of my mentors that I actually work with is Stacia. Her name is Stacia Pierce. She is in Orlando, and she's amazing. She's amazing. She was actually up. One of the people that had a chance to get her own TV show with the Oprah's thing. So she's amazing. She writes for Forbes and all these different magazines like Vogue, and she's been on Steve Harvey's show and all these different TV shows, and she's awesome. So she lives in Orlando, and Orlando is always my second choice of places to live. I really would love to ideally have a place up here in Virginia, because I'm up here in the mountains and I'm right by the resort. So the place that I'm looking to move to, it's a ski resort, but it's a Four Seasons resort. So there's stuff going on all the time. Hiking, biking, swimming, golfing, what else? Mini golf. They have a water park. They have horseback riding, all kinds of different shows come up there every week. They have different shows and events and all of that. So it's really cool. And it's about 15 minutes away from my daughter, so I'll still be close. And then the place I'm looking at now, really cool. And it's about 15 minutes away from my daughter, so I'll still be close. And then the place I'm looking at now, actually, one of my nieces is like a Disney insider. She actually just started working for this company where she's even doing more stuff with Disney. So, anyway, the point is, y'all, let's get to this money, right? So, the thing that I liked about DWA, besides Awesome Veronica, is that it's in 7 languages, because I have friends and family members who speak Spanish and French. And they're always like, do you have something I could do? And I'm like, I never have until now. I don't know what that dot is that just popped up on my screen. That's weird. And until now, I don't know what that dot is that just popped up on my screen. That's weird. And I don't know how to get rid of it. And I don't know how to get rid of it. That popped up on my Kara Revel's Crittenton. Yeah, You can do multiple programs. You don't have to just do one. Now, inside Legacy Builders, you have an option for 4 different streams of income. Inside DWA, you've got a bunch of different ways to make income. So that is going to be up and running for real soon. You be blessed too, my dear friend. I'll see you later. Thank you, Veronica. Because she's that kind of girl. So like I said, she's in law school. She's just home for, she took the semester off so she can have the little jelly bean. And once the baby's born, they'll be going back to Puerto Rico in January. So, all right, y'all. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. And again, if you're not following me, follow me. Go ahead, hit that information in the bio. Go straight to my site, teampaydaily.com, and let's get connected. Send me an email if you have any questions, and I will talk to you then. Thank you so much for helping me reach this goal on my Team Pay Daily of, I think we're up to 14,000 likes now. So that's awesome. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. See y'all later. Bye-bye.